I don't like wearing tank tops when I make a video, but I have this issue that's actually the topic of this video. And the issue is every morning having extremely sweaty armpits. And it is 8 o'clock in the morning right now. I've been awake since about 6, so they're still sweating, even though I'm not hot. And I just went on like a 40-minute, no, actually more like an hour long dog walk where I got really, really cold. But my armpits are still sweaty. I can show you. Well, it won't show up that well because it's tan, but this is the shirt I was wearing, and yeah, you can see it. See how it's wet in the armpit? But that's because it's going on now 3.5 years I've been exposed to weaponry. Both this individual and at the last apartment complex, they have some kind of machinery that I can hear when they turn it on. And then I start having weird sensations in my body. Like last night, my neck, this like muscle right here was going haywire. Every now and then I'll get like a weird almost kind of pain, but not pain wouldn't be the best word, right? Like in the where the jaw connects. I've had that similar pain like right down where the opening to your muscle cavity in your lower abdomen has 2 holes that, you know, go into the testes. Down by that on the left side. Just mainly like feeling like vibrating, my body's vibrating, and it's giving me headaches. But it was almost exactly a year ago where I came into severe liver pain, and it's pretty much all day, every day. I do get some reprieve, mainly when I fast. I can get some pain-free days in there. But even if I've just been without food and been drinking a lot of water for like maybe 5-6 hours, I can feel the pain go away. Because, you know, it's basically damaged and it's having a hard time doing its job. So, and the job of the liver obviously is to, like a filter on a car, you know, to kind of take away the stuff that shouldn't be there. And so the more time you're putting stuff in your system, the more it's having to work. And if it's damaged, it's going to complain because it can't keep up. So by not putting things in my system, it gets a little break. And if I can go 5-6 hours or more, the break starts to pay off with me feeling less pain. But I really believe that this is from directed electromagnetic weaponry. And so I've had this for a year, but the doctors at my recent visits say everything's fine. You know, it looks fine. Because I've been really trying to eat healthy to counteract how I think they are causing the liver to malfunction. Okay, but now it's been about 2 months that I have this thing with my armpits. I mean, they're totally soaking wet right now, and I'm not uncomfortable temperature-wise at all. So it really doesn't make sense. And for me, I only wore a t-shirt, blue jeans, and a jacket. I walked my dog for almost an hour at like 29 degrees. So how am I still sweating? I mean, my whole body got cold because I had a short sleeve t-shirt and just a jacket. No long johns on, no nothing. And so how can my whole body get cold and my armpits are still sweating? So I believe it's due to this machinery, whatever weaponry they're using on me. Because this guy, it goes on usually like 2 or 3 times per night for like an hour or two. And if I get up and run for cover and get away from my bedroom, it stops. And then he waits for me to get back in bed. So I think it's set up aiming right at my bed area, because that's where I get all this like nervousness. My muscles start going hyper and crazy. And then a lot of times, sometimes I'll be too tired. I'll just say, I trust in you, Lord. Protect me from this weaponry. And I just try to sleep through it. But if I'm a little bit awake, I'll run for cover. But so now I Google what can cause you to perspire in your underarms when you are comfortable temperature-wise. And Google said thyroid. Obviously, thyroid is another bodily organ that this stuff could be messing with. So, but it's kind of upsetting because that's a new one. I have never had this condition with my perspiring in my underarms. And when I was a kid, I was always nervous because of being the scapegoat and being criticized all the time until, you're just a little kid, single digits, and you're like, wow, I guess I really must be screwed up. When all the people in my family that I look up to are saying I'm totally dysfunctional, I'm totally screwed up, I must be, so I would be nervous kind of when I would be, especially having to interact with adults I didn't know or trust. But most of the day, every day, all day, my palms were sweaty. And my palms aren't sweaty at all now, because it says another possible reason could be stress or anxiety. And, I'm in retirement. I'm not stressed. And if I had anxiety, I'd probably have some perspiration in the palms like I did every day as a child. So, yeah. Boy, I'm looking forward to getting out of here. And it's funny, it's this abusive thing. It's such a common phenomenon that when you've been a targeted individual your whole life, you just see the same pattern over and over and over. And it's like the pattern is, we hate you. Get away from us. And then when you start to leave, no, we're sorry, come back. So that's what I'm experiencing, just over and over in every area of my life. Like, it happened at the church. It's happening now with apartment management. Just always, we hate you. You're such a cause of all the problems in this whole apartment complex. We hate you. Well, good, because I'm leaving when my lease is up. Oh, no, don't leave. What's wrong? We can make it better. Stay. And you're like, this get away. We hate you. And then come on back. We love you. Don't leave. It's just, man, it's like, once again, all these people follow the same playbook, But, I'm not worried about it. Whatever happens. And I think that's the whole point of the good Lord allowing us to go through this, is that you reach the point where the only rope you have to grab onto is the Lord. And you end up just hating your life and hating what this world is all about, which is self-promotion and greed. If I had to choose just 2 things that this world is all about, it's self-promotion, me, and greed. Gimme. Let me steal from that person that's living below the poverty line so that I can, get a slightly nicer car and look like I have a higher status, So many people would be willing to do that. Well, good riddance, who cares if that guy then loses his house, and has to move. I never liked him as a neighbor anyways, and he'll find something, and people can justify anything. People can really justify atrocious behavior. My own father, I mean, he gave me a real dysfunction that I've had my whole life, and I don't think I'm ever going to lose. But I would save money in my piggy bank, and it had a little rubber thing on the bottom where you didn't have to break it. You could just peel the rubber thing off. And every time I'd usually get up to about $8, my dad would take all of it. And, and it was because my mom was like cutting off his money so that he couldn't drink. And so he would take that $8 and go buy some whiskey or whatever. And he always had change, so I'm sure he'd get some quarters together and have enough to buy a bottle. But, I would just go to him. I'd say, Dad, did you take my money again out of the piggy bank? And just say, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I really needed it. And that was it. He wouldn't repay me. And it would just happen over and over and over. So I knew that once I came into around $8 of savings, that was the time to go spend it. Otherwise, it was going to be taken from me and not returned. And so I learned to spend your money before someone steals it from you. Wow, that's kind of weird. So a lot of my financial problems throughout my life has always come down to I have this several $100s available in my bank account, like extra. What do I need? We gotta spend it before it vanishes, before it's taken, before it just evaporates into the air like a puddle of water on a hot day, And it's something, I guess he started stealing from my piggy bank so young that this feeling will never leave me. So I'm just going to leave it there. I will be out of here eventually, and my body will start to recuperate and start to cure itself from all of these weapons that have been used against me for 3.5 years. And before I moved here, I had, 3 years where I was so targeted. I think I'm going to make another video right now about who caused this, because I'm pretty sure I figured it out. So check out that video. I hope this resonated with you. God bless, and I'll talk to you later.